The Encore Glorious featured a routine about how you have techno joy.
Yes.
If you remember it, is that still true?
Oh yes, I love technology, and what I'm interested in is because I know techno fear, techno joy. It seems to apply. I've learned some things about techno fear people. Is that techno fear people who will go nope, nope, nope to technology, but if it's necessary, if it's useful to learn the piece of technology, they will learn that piece of technology. We take emails, take a computer to use the email or surfing the internet, and driving cars. And the driving car is really complex stuff, and there's some people that techno know, oh yeah, okay, mirror signal maneuver, look in the thing, yeah, I'll learn that because then I can get from A to B. And that I find amazing, that people who say, I can't deal with this technology, but I'll learn all that bit just for that. And you could probably say people working on machines in factories and stuff like this. So I find that funny and curious with the human ability. And also that kids, you know, they're also good with technology, but are they also good? That's because it seems so. You know, my nieces are both jumping on computers very quickly. So because we know that some of us are good, older generations, and some are not so good. Mm-hmm. Is it all the kids are good? I don't know. Do you have the answer to that? Are all kids
I think, well, I was going to ask you, do you think that kids don't see it as technology, they just see it as like a hoop or a stick?
Yeah, but you still think some of them might go, ooh, you know, because I think the techno fear people have the thing that if I press that button, it'll wipe everything. And my mentality is, oh, it's wiped everything. I must be able to get that back somehow. We just don't believe that they would wipe everything. We'll just hammer on. And the rule book, the instruction book has got to go out the window because we just don't want to plough through the instruction book.
Do you think there's any particular kind of device that's helped do that?
What, throw the instruction book out the window?
Yeah.
Apple. Apple were the guys who kind of chucked it out. You get new stuff. It's like the new thing on the iPhone that is the camera. That I show people the camera thing, because I was pressing the camera button and it bounces and the image bounces and you're going, what is that? And then I realized it was one of those, but I didn't know where. I think someone showed it to me, but where was that written down? It's just, you find it out by mucking about stuff. You know, if you hit the time, you can get to the top of to call on if you're doing text. Do you know that? If you've got loads of text, you have to scroll all the way back through like a hamster to get to this, make a phone call on it. You know that one? But if you hit the time, the actual time at the top, it'll jump to the top. Did you know that one?
No.
That's a really handy.
Just shows you.
Don't you know the 3 rules of fascism? Make shit up, scream it loudly, then kill people.
With this tour,
yeah,
you were away a hell of a lot and all around the world.
Yeah.
Were there any specific gadgets that you took with you that you couldn't have done without?
I think, yeah, iPad and iPhone. I think I can do those two. I could leave the computer behind, but I still take it in a slightly paranoid way. But yeah, just the mini iPad and the phone for books. I keep downloading books and getting a couple of chapters into them and thinking, oh, I better read a bit of the other chapters. But that's good, they're all there. And I also have a hard disk full of stuff that I can't fit on the computer from iTunes films. I have a hard disk, which is, you know, we're going to be in streaming very soon. We're already into streaming. And Netflix is great. But when Netflix gets all around the world, that would be great because it affected on which area you're in. But yes, the iPad mini and the iPhone.
Now our minds are sharp. We can multitask. We can sit on a toilet and use an iPad at the same time. Go poos and send an email.
When you did your marathons, your astounding feat, did you use any running tech?
I was using Garmin watches with the time on that, the time and the speed and pace and all that kind of stuff. And I've now, I was using Google Maps for the directions on the phones, and we were doing waypoints along the way, jumping from one waypoint to another waypoint, so I knew where I was. Because that was in Britain. In South Africa, I had security about 10 foot behind me, which I thought was overkill. In UK, they were 10 miles behind me, 10 miles ahead.
Your Death Star canteen routine has become major viral, thanks to being animated by Lego.
Yeah.
Do you have another routine that you would like to see animated by toys, and if so, what toy?
I'm happy to stay with Lego. In fact, the sequel to Death Star Canteen is in this, in Force Majeure. It's got where God meets up with Darth Vader, and in another canteen, or the same canteen, and God's gonna order spaghetti carbonara, but they're saying, well, actually that's Darth Vader's spaghetti, but he's normally in by now, but he's not in, so a whole fight comes over there, and there's no trays, and then Mr. Stevens, head of catering, comes in again. So yes, I like revisiting. Well, it's only the first time I've revisited that scene, but it has become, what's it, 20 million?
Yeah,
hits
over
now.
20 million hits now. So you are a big gadget fan?
Yeah, huge gadget fan.
How many? Do you just populate your entire life with gadgets, or?
No, it's not multiple ones. There's the running phone, trying to get the perfect running phone as I work my way up, and running a watch rather, and the phone, and I think it's those. I like using the GPS. I need to listen to iPods, juggling that stuff. But I don't overbuy stuff. I try not to, because I used to get. I mean, I've got lots of versions that I've moved on from, and then and then they die, or they just stay there. And like I think because how there's women friends I have given old iPads to because they have lost theirs or smashed them or whatever. Now that's not a general thing, but slightly, women, there might be slightly more because women have to put them in bags and not in pockets, and blokes, we just lock it in a pocket, and so we're not going to smash it so much. I'm not sure if that is totally true. That could be being.
Do you think the iPad Mini has helped to fit in a bag?
Yeah, I don't know. Does it fit in the bag? Yeah, it's smaller. When I had the bigger iPad, I had to buy a bag to sling it into. I still don't want to take it in my hand in case I put it down, do something, and then just go off.
Yeah.
So I get slightly psychotic about those. I just don't want to leave the gadget. But you can, then you can do the button and take all your information out of it or track it down. It's just great. It's great that you can lose them and keep all the information as long as you back it up.
100% of lions are fit. 100%. It's not like 80% of lions are 92% fit, or 53% of lions are 47% fit. 100% of lions. You've never seen a lion going... Fucking gazelles. Are they on drugs? Are they taking drugs? I don't know. How they get so fucking fast? I shouldn't have eaten those hedgehogs.
Do you have a favourite app at the moment, or any apps that you use regularly?
The iPod app I'm listening to, which is not really an app thing. What are my apps? I'm not sure. There's a new running app which I say Get My Tracks. I think it is Get My Tracks or Map My Tracks. I think it's Map My Tracks, which I've just started using. My trainer introduced me to, which shows your whole route down and little footprints coming there and back. And it's all in French. I use my thing. That's the thing. If you're trying to learn a language, put it in the foreign language that they're learning. So I'm getting all the word like réglage and réseau, and for signal, and réglage is for all the details. I can't even think of the English. What's the one where you have to press it if you're getting into all the that big one, the grey one that says settings. That's it.
Yeah.
Réglage is settings. Because you forget the English ones, you just press the button and you don't actually think of what the word is, and I can't go backwards. But I'm learning all French words, and when I start doing German next year, because I'm going to be playing Germany, doing this show in German in Berlin, I'm going to put it into German, so I'll have my whole phone in German. To scare me.
Do you like the diversity of apps? For example, for running, there's one now that has dogs barking in your ears to make you run faster.
I'm not sure. I do a very homeopathic style of running. I was doing, I can look at the watch and I can get, my pace, try and get it up, and I do a bit of that. But then I like to stop. I was recently running here and down on the south coast and in France, and I like to just stop and look around, and it's all nice and quiet, and I look at things and look at the view, and I take that in, then I go off again, or talk to ducks or talk to cows. This is thing. I just like to be in the zone, as opposed to, because running you can get into this thing and you do the whole run, and what was it like, what did you see? Nothing, I just ran. You can get locked into that, and that's what the Olympians have to do, because it's important. But I'm doing this more feral style of running.
And finally, what is your favourite gadget for all time?
Gadget of all time. Of all time, it's got to be the iPhone, I think. Of all time, you know, that thing, what that did, what that's done, what you can do with that thing. And even before the iPads came in, you know, I was watching films off it. And yeah, it's got to be the iPhone.